Hello, I'd like to thank you all for coming to this meeting and for providing the feedback that makes the changes that we're going to discuss today possible. Here at the company, we want our employees to feel valued, so we really appreciate the feedback that we get from managers like you to determine what we can do to make working here even better. Today, we're going to discuss the feedback provided on the questionnaire filled out not only by you all, but by managers in similar positions such as you in offices of the company around the country. Next, we'll go through some of the conclusions that were drawn as a result of your feedback. And finally, we'll shed some light on the steps that the company plans to take to improve the overall employment experience here. As you all know, here at the company, management performance is evaluated annually based on goals that you all write for yourselves that will help to achieve the company's mission for that year. Because of this, you all have a clear understanding of what's expected of you, as well as how you are helping the greater goals of the company. The feedback we received regarding this system was generally very positive and without any real criticism. The next topic was based on performance ability. You have reported that all of the basic training necessary to working at the company and doing your jobs effectively is administered. However, many of you have found that additional training opportunities are not necessarily accessible to all employees based on merit. Training seems to be based more on diversity and less on merit, which leaves employees who are not members of disenfranchised groups actually at a disadvantage. For the most part, managers have found that they have all of the necessary resources to complete tasks apart from time. For instance, many of you with families have found that the work-life balance that the company advertises to potential job candidates does not much exist on the job, and that there is not enough time to complete tasks while at work, nor is there really an expectation or understanding from supervisors as to why employees don't want to take their work home with them. The next topic was reinforcement. Much of your feedback involves the same lopsided nature of the distribution of reinforcement and rewards. For the most part, older and experienced employees are passed up for promotions and special projects in favor of younger or less experienced employees who have more time with the company ahead of them. This is not only detrimental to the older employees who cannot advance, but also to the younger employees who are not prepared for the tasks that are assigned to them, and the company itself for not taking advantage of the knowledge and experience of its veteran employees. The next topic discussed was salience. Again, under the topic of salience, we see that the rewards are distributed more readily to younger employees than to older employees, so the younger employees have more to work for. There were also issues with the annual raises. Under the current system, they're based on a narrow range that doesn't really affect the overall amount by a significant amount. So a lot of employees don't feel much incentive to work for the raise because there isn't much of a difference for hard work. The next topic discussed was equity. The issue of disparity based on age is, again, a reoccurring theme among our employment system that a lot of you reported. Many have expressed frustration at the company's complaint and about the company's complaint and arbitration system, as it takes so much time and effort for complaints to be addressed that they're not even worth reporting to our employees. I recently heard a story from a manager with the company, who filed a complaint only for it to be bounced around the system for a few months and not truly addressed for quite some time when the complaint wasn't even relevant anymore. I'm sure many of you have stories similar to this, and it has not been realized or addressed until we began this manager feedback process. For this, you deserve our sincerest apologies because the system at this point is not acceptable. The next topic was that of timeliness. As far as our annual evaluation process is concerned, the company's strict annual evaluation process is understood pretty well by the employees and by you, the managers, because since you all write your own annual goals, for the most part, you know where you stand before your evaluation. As long as you met your goals that you wrote for yourself, you're in pretty good standing with the company, and there's not a lot of a surprise. So the conclusions that we've drawn from your feedback are that, for the most part, the largest flaw that the company faces is the inequitable treatment of employees based on age. This issue exists in different facets of the company, and to be honest, will take a while to phase out. But we here in upper level management at the company are very committed to taking steps to ensure that no employee feels singled out or suppressed due to age, or any other factor for that matter. The most important idea behind this change is that there's no single list of characteristics for the ideal employee. And with a business as large and diverse as ours, there should be a place for every different type of employee. The way to find this is not by drawing conclusions and discounting anyone because they didn't fit the bill. The next important issue that the company faces is that employees feel that they are not valued. Between an unresponsive reward system and a flawed complaint process, employees have begun to feel that their work and opinions are not very important to this business. This is by no means true whatsoever, and we regret that it has taken so long for us to realize and amend this belief among our employees. So next we're going to discuss the points of improvement that we can make based on your feedback. It's time to determine what we as upper level management can do about it right now. After receiving and analyzing this feedback from managers like you, we've determined that our top 3 most crucial improvements to better management satisfaction. The first one of these includes age discrimination, as we've discussed a lot today already. The first point of improvement is to make sure that employees are rewarded based more on merit and less on age. Although younger employees have more potential here at the company, the knowledge and experience of veteran employees cannot be denied. And we've realized that it is crucial to foster the potential of each employee that they have to offer. The next is the second point of improvement is to streamline and simplify the complaint process so that more employees have their voices heard and the company can understand the concerns of its employees much farther in advance than these occasional questionnaire opportunities. We want you, more than anything else, to know that your feelings are valued, and we think that by streamlining the complaint and suggestion process, we can really help with that. The third point of improvement is to make and raise the reward system to a more responsive level to employee merit. This will take some brainstorming from upper level management, but possibilities at the moment include a longer raise range to accommodate for differences in effort, and distributing rewards based on more on merit and less on age, as stated previously. The final and most important point of improvement within the upper level management of the company is actually within ourselves. We realize that you all have been experiencing a lot of issues as far as employee satisfaction goes, and that as lower level or middle level managers, you have not had the power to change what has needed to be changed. On behalf of all of us, we sincerely regret not addressing your concerns sooner, but we are now fully committed to the changes that need to be made in order for you to all feel valued by the company. To sum up today's discussion, we reviewed middle level management's responses to the employee satisfaction survey, and we determined that the most important and pertinent issues were age discrimination, a convoluted complaint process, non-responsive incentives, and the ideals of upper level management ourselves. We realized that our current track is not sustainable because our middle managers are not satisfied in their current roles. By putting forth improvements toward these issues, we believe that employment satisfaction will increase across the board and the company will be well on its way to taking the first steps towards a much brighter future. So with that, I'd like to thank you and open it up for any questions.